Okay, guys, congratulations. You've now finished all four parts prior to drawing your final uh, projectile. So now your final assignment for this unit is to draw your own projectile that you will actually print, and we will go outside and shoot out of our air cannon. Okay, but before you design it, I kind of wanted to take a moment and show you some do's and don'ts. On this rifling one, when we drew it, we had this open from here to the bottom. I've kind of already fixed this. So if I were to roll this back, you would see how it was. Right here, the air will flow past this when I'm shooting it down the barrel. Now, these are pretty small, but it will still lose some of that air. And so it will not push it as far. So something that you may consider is, all I did was draw a circle on the bottom and I extruded it so that it did that little lip right there on the one side to make it so that air wouldn't flow past it while it's in the barrel. And then once it comes out, the rifling should start the spin. Okay, the second don't that I want to show you is I've seen students give me projectiles like this, and they look cool, but there's only one point of contact on the barrel. And so this bullet, as it's going down the barrel, can flop back and forth up here. So if you look at a real bullet on the internet, if you were to just Google an image of a bullet, you would see that the bullet itself, let's see if we can see one right here, has this flat surface right here. Okay, so if it has that flat surface, it's because it's flying down a cylinder, it has to have that flat surface. Otherwise, it could wobble around in the barrel, and that could be very dangerous, which is what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so you'd have to fix that. Then the next thing that I want you to avoid is this one here. This one is, it looks cool, but the problem with it is the air would flow past it right here. So just like the first one, there is no point in that projectile that it has a completely round spot for the air to push it. So this one may not even flow, get pushed out of the gun. The air would just all blow by it. And that would not be a good thing for us. We would have to sit and unjam the bullet. So your projectile must have one point that has a full circle to catch the air. But other than that, you can design it using any or all of the techniques that we have done. You can put words in it, you can put riflings in it, you can add fins to it, you can hollow it out. Any of the projectiles that you've seen, you can do. And then when you're finished, you're going to export the STL, and we're going to load it onto the computer so that you can slice it so that we can print it. So to do that, what I would do is I would select the body of the one that you wanted to print, and I'm going to do this first one right here because it's the one that I corrected. I'm going to right click on here. I've got to tell it that I'm not doing something else by hitting escape, and I'm going to save as the STL. Now you guys have already done this, so this shouldn't be new. We don't change any of the parameters, we just click OK. And then when we save it, I want you to save it as your name, Dan Bullet, B-U-L-L-E-T. Okay? You may want to save it onto your desktop so that you can find it easy. My desktop's pretty messy, but I'm going to put it there anyway. I'll hit save. Okay, once you've done that, we can close this. I'm going to say don't save to that because I don't need it anymore. Oh, I guess I kind of wish I would have, but oh well. And then we can go here to our launch pad, and we're going to open our flash print, which is right there. And open on my other screen, it's right here. Now I'm going to load. And remember, you can drag and drop it in there, but I'm just going to go by the name, which was Dan Bullet. There's Dan Dice. There's my Dan Bullet, and I would say open. When you first get it in here, remember it only imports in centimeters, so or millimeters, excuse me. I have to select it, click scale twice, and then click the inches to millimeters, and then it will make it the correct size to do your bullet. At this point, you'll hit print. Make sure all your settings are correct. PLA, and if you're using for 2A, you're to use the left or the right extruder. For 4B, you need to use the left extruder. Okay, so I actually forgot to change this to the left extruder right there first. Now I'll hit print, and that says left extruder, and I would say the raft and the extruder used here have to match. And then I say OK. You'll change this to Dreamer, which I don't have one plugged in, but there'll be a Dreamer option, and then you'll hit save. Make sure that you save it as your name and bullet so that we know whose is whose. Okay? All right, guys, good luck. Have fun with this. Remember, you're trying to get yours to shoot the farthest as anybody in the class. The winner gets a piece of jerky. And so do your best. Your submission for this will be the bullet itself. You do not need to submit it on Canvas.